We start in Vienna, in Austria, where we meet Christian, Europe's first bionic man. In 2005, after receiving a 20,000-volt electric shock, Christian had to have both arms amputated. He decided to take part in the Otto Bock Prosthetics Research Program.
Wie ist es dir gegangen mit dem Arm in der letzten Zeit?
Sie funktioniert fehlerfrei.
Sehr gut.
Ohne Probleme.
Bestens. Auf. So. Ausgezeichnet.
It took a small team 5 years to develop this revolutionary prosthetic. Today, thanks to a microchip capable of performing over 500 million calculations per second, Christian's brain commands an arm that is both artificial and intelligent.
Die Signale, die im Gehirn von Christian gebildet werden, werden durch die umgeleiteten Nerven zur Oberfläche der Brust geleitet, dort von empfindlichen Sensoren abgegriffen, die Signale in Steuersignale in der Prothese umwandeln. Ja.
These integrated machines represent the first step towards the cyborg, the robotized, performance-enhanced being, which has haunted our imagination since the science fiction of the 1960s. Christian himself hopes his artificial arms will soon give him superpowers.
Nein, ich freue mich schon, dass ich schön stark bin, also dass man schwere Gegenstände heben kann. Also so wie Schwarzenegger in Terminator. Ich glaube, das wird alles möglich sein in der Zukunft. Und ich bin schon gespannt drauf.
Without the might of the US Army, Christian's intelligent artificial limbs may never have seen the light of day. Its ambitious program, revolutionizing prosthetics, is a direct result of the wars fought by the US in Iraq and Afghanistan. Soldiers returning from the front, missing arms or legs, today number in their hundreds. The program's main objective is to give them back their lost limbs, but it also looks to develop performance-enhanced super soldiers. For the time being, soldiers must be content with this exoskeleton called Hulk. This motorized titanium robotic structure allows US soldiers to carry packs weighing up to 200 pounds with minimal effort. They wear it like armor while patrolling the mountains of Afghanistan.
L'armée est en règle générale le ferment essentiel des développements technoscientifiques. On peut dire que si on est naïf, qu'il s'agit là d'une espèce de philanthropie formidable. Cela étant, si on est un peu moins naïf, on s'aperçoit que la limite entre ce qui soigne et ce qui augmente est perdue de plus en plus de vue. Et tout ce qui est mobilisé pour soigner, pour soulager la souffrance, est mis immédiatement au service d'un projet consistant à augmenter, à transformer, à remodeler et finalement à faire advenir autre chose que de l'humain.
Canada numéro 1. Roger. Contact BDSI. OK. Contact soupape moteur 7. Fermez les gaz.
Steve Austin, astronaute, un homme tout juste vivant.
I remember in the beginning of that program, and they said, we can rebuild him. And my heart, to this day, is like, you know? Yes!
Nous sommes capables de donner naissance au premier homme bioionique. Steve Austin deviendra cet homme. Il sera supérieur à ce qu'il était avant l'accident. Le plus fort, le plus rapide, en un mot, le meilleur.
If you had asked me at 13 if I had wished for flesh and bone legs, I would have said absolutely. You ask me today, I don't know. The ankles that I have on my prosthetics are not the ankles I would have inherited genetically. I can tell you that for sure. They are much better. Permanently pedicured feet is a big plus. Not having to shave or wax, it's fantastic. This would have been science fiction 50 years ago, 20 years ago, and so we are.
A medal-winning athlete, a model for designer Alexander McQueen, and an actress. Amy Mullins has been voted into the top 50 most beautiful women in the world. Having had both legs amputated at the age of 1, she has learned to use her handicap and has transformed herself into a woman unlike any other. Her artificial limbs are not simply therapeutic, they are indeed cosmetic.
Someone said, oh no, she doesn't have legs. And I said, well, actually I do. I have 12 pair. I've got plenty of legs. I got a whole room full of legs. Oh yeah. Hi. Do you guys have,
If we are to believe Amy, we'll soon be shopping for a nature-defying new pair of legs to match those we're regularly spoon-fed by glossy magazines. Our limbs will be under guarantee and come with options, like all the prosthetics we already use, albeit unawares.
I think we're already in the era of augmentation. Absolutely. We all have prosthetic. It's our cell phone. It's our computer. It's, you know, we don't do anything without these things anymore. I don't know if it's true or not, but certainly Pamela Anderson has as much, if not more, prosthetic in her body than I do, and people aren't calling her disabled. Ever. All right, so the good news is now people aren't calling me disabled either.
And I went to a very fancy party, and a girl was there who has known me for years at my normal 5'8". Her mouth dropped open when she saw me. But you're so tall! And I said, I know, isn't it fun? I mean, I know it's a little bit like wearing stilts on stilts, but I was having fun with it. And she looked at me and she said, but Amy, that's not fair. And the incredible thing was, she really meant it. It's not fair that you can change your height as you want it.
The fact that somebody would envy my having prosthetic legs today is absolutely a new concept. I could see it happening with elective amputation. Certainly in the world of sports, I mean, athletes will do whatever it takes to get the most advantage they can have.
They told me that I'd never walk, that I'd never compete with the other kids. It wasn't in me to play water polo. They told me I'd never make the team. And a man with no legs can't run. Anything else you want to tell me?
Amy Mullins and Oscar Pistorius are pioneers of a new era, one in which diminished man becomes augmented man. One day, in more competitive circles, models, sports stars, and soldiers will be tempted to replace arms, eyes, or a part of the brain with a more beautiful or higher performance organ. Even now, strange creatures, half man, half machine, are at large on the streets of New York, ready to take our place.
Now, these technologies that we're developing are aimed inward. And it's not about modifying our environment, it's about modifying ourselves. It's one of the 5 or 6 biggest revolutions